Hey? Yes?
Hurry, we're off!
Oh. Yeah, OK. I'm coming. Good boy. Give it to me. Here he comes. Ooh, good boy. There he is. Go on, darling.
Oh, look at the queue. Oh, no. Edith's in her element.
Nothing like an epidemic to get Edith on the go.
Hey, did you see that? Cheek. He pushed up. He can't do it. Go on, Poppy, tell him.
What?
Go and tell him. Go and tell him. He pushed it. That. He pushed it, Pop. Cheek, wasn't it?
Excuse me. No.
Look, mate. I just stepped out this queue to take this one to the lab. Call her nature. Now, do you want to make something of it? Do you want a sore head as well as a sore arm?
No. No, fine. As long as you've explained the situation.
Oh, Pop. Don't take it, Pop. Don't take it off him. Go on. Don't you stand up.
All right. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. I'll sort it out. Well, it may be just the hot weather, but it's a bit chancy, I think, leaving them in the queue with all the other kids.
Better have a word with Dr. Carey. What about the rest of the family?
Victoria and the twins, they were done at school, right? Charlie, well, he always had his done regular when he was at the tax office. And, well, Primrose, she's not here. She's in France visiting her friend.
Oh, brave girl. The water's undrinkable.
All right, just wait a moment and you shall see what you shall see.
Larkin, Charlton, come forward, please.
We've had an absolutely splendid turnout. Even our centenarian, old gamekeeper Dobbs, 104 has had his scratch. Do you know, he remembers when smallpox claimed the lives of thousands of people before the turn of the century.
Those were the days.
It must have been absolutely ghastly. People were
Could you roll his sleeves up,
like
please?
flies. You can't be too careful. Oh, by the way, the campsite's absolutely marvellous. Thank you both.
My sisters are tickled to bits and sleeping in tents on their own doorsteps. They can't wait to get under canvas.
Dr. Carey?
Yes.
This is the Larkin family.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yes, the children with the rash. There you go. Right, let's have a look.
Yes, certainly.
Nice
Here
big
he is.
boy.
Yeah.
Let's have a look, then. Whereabouts? Seems to have cleared up. What, on both of them? Well, it's probably only
Prickly
story
heat.
rash.
They can go. Come on, you lot! Get down here and fill in! You lot, get back up there in the sick bay. Come on, keep this exercise going. Best thing there is after jabs. Help circulate the blood. Lacey, you're flagging! And you, come here! Come here when I say! You'll never build up muscle that way, Larkin. You're puny, what are you? I said, what are you?
Puny.
Puny what?
Puny, sir.
That's better. We'll soon have you acting like a sailor, Larkin, even if your name is Montgomery. Get fell in!
Just go through, Mr. Tilly. Find a cubicle, and a doctor will come and give you the vaccinations.
Thank you.
much, Doctor. Wasn't too painful. Good. Now, look, you might experience a little bit of inflammation over the next day or two. It's nothing to worry about. It just means that the vaccination's taken, that's all. Does it have a bad effect with the babies? Oh, no.
Oh, well, that's good news then. Right.
You know, it actually can be more painful for adults.
Really?
Yeah, particularly swelling under the armpits.
The armpits, eh?
Yep.
Sounds to me as though the cure's worse than the sickness.
He radically went to the floor! There's a tiny wee little scratch!
all muscle and no marrow. Now tell him, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Sir. He sounds as though he's in trouble, look. His engine's conked out.
Maybe he managed to land.
Yeah, maybe. Here, Mom. Hold that, will you? You two stay here. I want to take a look.
Can't see anything. No.
What, Herm?
Oh, glad to see you're in one piece. Thought I might find a pile of scrap.
Yeah, very nearly pranked.
Yes, I saw you coming over those trees there, Circle. Nearly knocked a few conkers off, didn't you?
Absolutely, old man.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the lady lifted a skirt when I asked her.
Oh.
Better bother with a blocked fuel pipe. Fill her up with some cheap French aviation muck. Algerian, actually. Over in the 2K. None too well filtered sometimes.
You know, I was just...
Oh, bad luck on that.
As long as you're OK, sir, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Oh, tip-top. I've been in worse scrapes, you know.
Yeah?
Up there in 1940.
During the Battle of Britain, sir?
Absolutely.
Oh, how marvellous. Tell me something.
Would you be so kind as to pass me those long-nosed pliers?
These, sir? Long-nosed?
Jolly decent of you, Mr.
Mr. Larkin. Sidney Larkin.
Ah, Wing Commander Honeyman. Honey to my chums.
Here you, sir. Wing Commander, eh? Still in the Air Force, then, sir?
Oh, heavens, no. Hang on to the Winco handle, that's all. Comes in useful with bank managers and hotel clerks, know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I get your drift, sir. Oh, well, this is very nice. Very nice to see one of these up close. Nice-looking little kite, I believe you call them, sir.
When she flies, when she flies. You haven't by any chance seen any rozzers around?
Please? Would you like me to get them for you, sir?
Heavens, no. Last thing I want. Always a fuss when a plane makes an emergency landing. And the custom boys come running like hounds, sniffing after the fox. As a matter of fact, you could do me a favour, huh?
Well, how do you mean, sir?
Have you got a vehicle?
Oh, yes, I have. I've got my truck. It's in the lane down there, sir.
First class. See, I need to lose a bit of weight for takeoff. You see those crates? They're not really that heavy. Just some kitchen utensils I bought in France. Well, they always make the best kitchen stuff, don't they? But every ounce might count. Now, is there any chance you could take them over to my place on your truck?
Yes, of course I could, sir. I'd have to take my family home first. Where is your place?
This is appalling. Can't we even rehearse without Mrs. Mops mopping and chatting and ruddy hoovering?
Now, Desmond, remember, these ladies, they have a job to do. They're only getting paid £2 an hour.
Far too much. Far too much. And what's this? Another country bumpkin comes our way? Wipe the muck off your boots, I hope.
Desmond.
What can I do for you?
Sorry, yeah, I just come to deliver some boxes.
A delivery? Didn't you read the notice? Tradesman's entrance round the back. Don't know their place, these rustics.
I'm sorry about this. He's in a bad mood.
He hasn't had his lunch yet. And you've got a nasty hangover.
Shut up. Yeah, look, excuse me, I'm sorry, but I've only just come to deliver some boxes, that's all.
Well, yes, there's the very man. Fred, who spent most of the morning reading The Sporting Life and phoning bets.
I'm sorry you ran into this Egypt first. What can I do for you, sir?
It's just that I've got some boxes on the back of my truck I've got to deliver. They're kitchen utensils from France, I believe.
Oh, right. We'll go on and load them now.
Oh, right, good. It's just that I bumped into the wing commander on the convoy.
Oh, what a pong.
Shh.
Ow!
Sorry.
Charlie.
Nearly there. There's some metals over here.
Oh, no.
No, you've missed them. It's all right.
Can't I open them yet?
No, we're nearly there. All right. You can open your eyes. No. Well?
Well, what? We're in Mrs. Kintley's hop garden.
Mm-hmm. And our bungalow's just over there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since her husband died, Mrs. Kintley's been renting out her fields to other farmers. But her capital's running a bit low. So Mrs. Kintley and I have done a little deal. You and our son are looking at the prospective owner of our very own hop garden.
Charlie! That's wonderful! You didn't tell me.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Charlie.
Hello, Mrs. Kintley.
Charlie just told me the news. It's wonderful.
However, I'm afraid we're trespassing.
Nonsense as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Charlton. The up garden is yours. And that seems to be yours, too.
Excuse me.
See, your governor's fixed his engine, then?
Oh, dab hand with a spanner. Wouldn't catch me flying in that bucket.
Huh?
Too many screws loose. Like the pilot.
Yes. There you are, Wico. Well, there you are, sir. All your batteries de cuisine, sir. All safe and sound.
Absolutely bang on, Larkin. You struck me as a dependable type.
Thank you, sir. So, you managed to get the old kite aloft, then, sir?
Piece of cake. And no sign of the enemy. Now then, one good turn, as they say. Do you, smoke cigars, Mr. Larkin?
Oh, yes, yes. So I'm very partial to a good cigar, sir. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Box of Monte Cristos for Mr. Larkin, Fred. And while you're at it, fetch him a bottle of scotch. It'll be a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you, sir. I wonder, could you make that a bottle of brandy, sir, if it's possible? Because I'm very, very low on brandy.
5-star, Fred?
Thank you. Very good of you, sir. Thank you very much.
Mr. Larkin, there's a horse called Blue Moon sure saying Monday, 3:30, Pontefract.
Pontefract, 3:30. Thank you very much, Fred. Thank you.
Perhaps you and your family would care for an evening at the club. Dinner and floor show? As my guest, of course.
That's very generous of you, sir. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, yeah. All the family, you said? We'll look forward to that. We like a nice night out.
3 new sleeping bags made by my own fair hand. One for you, Zinnia. One for you, Petunia.
Thanks, Mum.
And Victoria.
I remember this old quilt.
Eh?
I'll stick on it.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Mrs. Charlton.
Oh, no, that's my daughter, Mariette.
Marcus Cope.
You do?
Actually, it was Mr. Charlton I should have wished to have spoken to.
Oh, well, you want the bungalow? That's just over there behind those trees. But you can't go that way. You'll have to turn round here. Then you go back up the lane, turn right. Then you go on a bit, and then there's a field with a horse in it. You go right there. Then there's a dip that sort of floods when it rains, and then it's sort of ahead of you, really, in the trees. You can't miss it.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Oh, it's you! You're the one... How's your arm?
Ed?
All right, well, what can I do for you?
I heard you were up this way, around dinner time.
Me? No, not me, no.
Oh, a bus driver. Old Harry Fagg, you know.
Yeah, I know.
He reckons he thought he saw you parked in the lane up here.
No, I must have been mistaken, because I haven't stopped since I got up first thing this morning.
At the same time, he says he saw a plane land in a field just back there.
Plane land in a field, eh? Go on. What's this all about? Is it about this smallpox scare, then, is it?
Oh, no. These two gentlemen are customs officers.
Very dear.
They think it may have been smugglers from France.
Really?
It's on the increase.
Oh, yeah. What is it they're smuggling?
The leprechauns have turned your kitchen utensils into booze and fags during the flight. Yo.
Thanks, Fred. Sorry I can't help you, gentlemen, but remember, in the words of Lord Nelson, England expects every man to pay his duty.
Thanks, Sid. Family keeping well?
Hey? Oh, yes. Yes, perfect. All right.
For over a year, you see, I've been keen to do business with Mrs. Kintley. To purchase her farm, everything. Farmhouse, barns, cattle sheds, oast houses, all her fields, everything.
What's that got to do with us?
Charming young lady. I have had architects drawing up plans for the conversion of the oast houses and for the redevelopment of the surrounding land. And it has cost me a great deal of money.
Well, that must be one of the hazards of your business, Mr. Cope.
And then you come along, and she promises to sell you the hop field, right?
Garden.
Excuse me.
In Kent we call it Hop Garden.
Hop garden. Thank you. She promises to sell you the hop garden right in the middle of the whole estate.
Yes, so that she can continue living in the farmhouse as she has done for over 50 years.
Such a foolish old woman.
Well, she happens to like the countryside the way it is. You see things differently.
I stand for progress. My solicitors have offered Mrs. Kintley a large sum, well in excess of anything she could hope for of a normal farm property transaction. She could retire to the Caribbean. But no, she refuses. She persists in her strange wish to stay on in her primitive abode.
Mr. Cope, will you please come to the point?
Ah, Mr. Charlton. I am prepared to offer you, what shall I call it? A non-involvement fee to pull out if I deal with you.
Do you mean a bribe?
Alas, Mr. Charlton, I have poor command of English. I do not understand such a power.
I'm afraid I can't accept your fee, Mr. Cope. This land is as good as mine.
Oh, not yet, Mr. Charlton. Not yet.
Hello there. How are we all? Oh, hello. How's your arm? All right? All right, Charlie boy?
Perfect, thank you, Pop. Mr. Cope is just leaving.
Oh. Think it over. You could sell your bungalow and buy a real house.
The kind you'd build.
Harriet said they were trying to scare you off.
Buy me off, Pop. Ill fares the land, to hastening ills a prey, when wealth accumulates and men decay.
Oliver Goldsmith, no?
Oh.
Well, the way I heard it out of the Air and Hounds, his name is Marcus Kopechnik. Gobbledygook or some such funny name. Anyway, he's ex-Polish army officer turned property dealer. He was responsible for those nasty little shops down there in Ashford. Apparently he doles out more backhanders than Lou owed.
Just go. No, girl. The slightest gust of wind and those taking it for me. Give me that mallet, Petunia. This is how it's done. Like, put effort into it.
Come on, girls, unload the lorry there! Oh, Edith. Don't get your guy ropes in a twist. All shaping up, is it?
Well, it's not too bad. It's a ghastly stage, though. Have we picked the right campsite? Do we run the risk of being bitten to death by midges if it's humid, or flooded if it rains?
You make it sound like the Burma Road, Miss Colchester.
Oh.
The Burma Road. I like it. Yes. Come on then, you chindits. Come on, Burma Patrol.
Splendid, Mr. Charlton. A blue sheets and a shower. Thank you so much.
Right, well, I'll show you how the shower works, shall I?
Yes.
Now, where's Zinnia and Petunia? Would you fetch me a bucket of water, please, girls? I saw one just like this in a film about a Japanese prisoner of war camp. Now, what you do first is take the stirrup pump.
Yes, stirrup pump.
And fill the system from the galvanised bath full of water.
Galvanised bath.
Galvanised bath, but to save time, I'll use a bucket of water for now. Thank you very much, girls, and fill up the system with that.
It's done you proud, Charlie.
I'm afraid it's a little bit Heath Robinson-ish.
Oh, nonsense, it's just the job.
Bit of a backwoodsman's our Charlie boy.
Well, I didn't exactly have the same scope as a taxman. Now, Pop, if you'd pass me the adjustables. Adjustables. I'll slacken off the pivots and away we go. And once you've done this, Miss Pilchester, all you do is pull on that pole. Yes, that's the one. No, not now!
I brought you a hot drink. In case you catch cold.
Well, thank you very much. It's very nice of you.
Cocoa, I'm afraid. We don't run to anything stronger. Oh, you're absolutely ghastly. Your shirt's wringing wet. Must light a fire and see if we can't dry it.
No. You haven't started the camp yet. Don't need to go to all that trouble for me.
Oh, nothing's too much trouble for you. Drying your shirt would be a pleasure.
Well, in that case, would you like a little thank you in advance?
Oh. Yes, please.
Yeah. Is there anything else that needs doing?
Come on, girls. Can't you do anything with that fire? What's happening with the tea? Why aren't you two girls dressed? Quickly, off with you now. Quickly now, come along, girls. Take off the straw. Now, you see the big pole method. Warmed in a straw pit overnight, it cooks slowly.
Oh, it's lumpy.
Breakfast nearly ready.
Just one today, Pop.
Oh, right. Thanks, Ernie. Oh, yes.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, Mo, there you go. God, what are they doing to you? That smells good.
Seems funny having breakfast without the kids.
All the more for us, eh?
Yeah. Ernie, bring us any post?
Yes, just one letter. Addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Sidney Larkin from Cadet Montgomery Larkin, HMS Davenport, Chatham.
Wow, Monty! You hear that? Oh, Skip, your brother's going to be a sailor.
Oh, here it is, Mark. Montgomery's first letter home.
Oh, so it is. Oh, bless him.
Come on, Mark. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on, don't take it like that. I'll tell you what. You read it first, eh? Go. Yeah. Yeah.
What was that?
Postman. It's arrived. Confirmation from Mrs. Kintley's solicitors on the sale of the hop garden.
Oh, Charlie. Me and Blenheim are really proud of you.
A real Kent hop grower.
Yes, what we've got to do now is raise the money. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the bank and take the manager out to lunch.
Right. That new suit with the wide lapels looks smashing. White shirt, I think, always looks nice. I'll run the iron over it later. Hey, give him a call now.
Right. Do you think I should?
Go on.
We're starving!
It's going to be
Starving!
Oh, you monkey!
It was ghastly.
No, even so, it's not right to leave your friends. Right, I'll fry up a fresh lot.
Thank you.
Go on, through there. Go on, out the billiard room. Go on.
Sausages, please.
Tomatoes for you.
I want some.
And mushrooms. I'll get the eggs.
Now then.
Oh, where are you off to now?
Where are you going now?
Bathroom. Wash.
Better make breakfast for the whole troop. Don't look like Edith can cope.
Now, Mum and Dad won't be long, darling. Charlie, come on.
I can't do my tie.
Can't do his tie. But you'll have Edith and all the girl guys looking after you. No.
You know, I'm still not sure we should go. I remember the name Honeyman. It was on the list of local tax defaulters.
Oh, Charlie. Just because you've had lunch with the bank manager, you've become more moral.
Well, all I'm saying is it's dubious. Well, could be.
All right, then. Dubious. Maybe Pop did accidentally get involved in the smuggling. But he can't insult a Battle of Britain hero, can he? And besides, it's all on the house.
My God. You are Pop's daughter, aren't you?
Right, now we'd like to sing our favourite song, and I'm sure it's your favourite song. Burlington Betty from...
Glass of champagne, get us in the mood.
Lovely. Duty free, is it?
Dimanche. Tastes all the sweeter. Bugger.
Well, cheers. Cheers. There you go.
Yeah, well, jolly good to see you, but I must scramble, I'm afraid. Our club's beginning to fill up. Choose anything you like for the menu.
Thank you very much, Winko.
Mr. Cope, how delighted.
I don't like this place. As Raymond Chandler would say, it has the whiff of moral turpitude.
Turpitude.
Oh, yes.
I'm Burlington
excising their tonsils, weren't they, Desmond? Yes. Gin and tonsils? Drunken country yokels? Oh, that's very insulting, Desmond. Is it? Yes. Well, everyone insults them, silly. Even Charles Dickens. He said Kent was nothing but apples, cherries, and fat women. Yes? Yes. He said they don't have brains between the ears. They have hops. Desmond, I think you should say
I don't know how he puts up with that,
I
dummy.
know, before we go, a word
You can hardly get a word in edgeways, can he? Eh?
A word of advice. Oh, yes. Remember, people driving, be careful, because a lot of people have been caught by accidents.
Let's keep moving.
Say good night, Desmond. Oh. Good night, Desmond. Well, thank you very much. Good night.
Oi! What? You were drunk again. You were slurring.
Rubbish. Wasn't me. It was Desmond. It most certainly was not. Yes, it was.
Look, I'm warning you. You go on later with your lips twitching like that and you're fired.
Drop dead.
Ah!
Oi, oi. What is this stuff?
No, was it?
Very edible.
Good evening. Ladies, gentlemen.
Yeah, very rich.
Perhaps you've had a chance to think it over, Mr. Charlton.
I can't say that he has.
I believe I was addressing your son-in-law.
I'm afraid my answer's still the same, Mr. Cope.
But it doesn't make any sense to turn down my offer. You can always buy another hop field.
A garden.
Oh, hop garden, excuse me.
Mr. Cope,
Mr. Charlton.
why don't you find yourself a piece of land that would benefit from your kind of development? Perhaps in another county.
Oh, Mr. Charlton.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like the other side of the estuary, the Essex marshes. No, all you need is a little bit of drainage, you know.
It's very droll.
Yeah, and we're very hungry, Mr. Cockneychick. You're interfering with a private party. Thank you.
Well, if you'll excuse me, ladies, gentlemen.
He didn't like you using his real name, did he?
No, they never do. Well done, Charlie. Well done.
Shouldn't he be here by now?
Ah, there you are. Steak.
Oh, what's that?
Shit. It's a bit all right, this, isn't it? Hey, come on. There you go. Look, come on, Charlie boy. Get that down, yeah? I'll order another bottle.
You sure we should? The Wing Commander's been awfully generous.
Yes, everything on the house, didn't he,
That's
eh?
right, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be rude not to have another bottle.
Wait, another one, please.
I wouldn't mind the empty bottles. Look lovely as table lamps.
Oh, I love this tune. Reminds me of Humphrey Bogart. Imagine if he was in this club, eh? Mean, tough, scared of nobody.
Here's looking at you, kid.
That's amazing. Oh, what are you good?
must have gone into the club, sir.
You look round out here. I'll check inside.
Righto.
Right, Mulcrone. Where's the rest of it?
Rest of what?
Money, Mulcrone. We saw you collect it. We followed you here.
Oh, no, I just come here for a drink.
Don't give me that, Mulcrone. You're a safe cracker, a Peter man. Be out of your depth in a place like this. Search his car.
Sir.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, you say that. Oh, hey, oh, them, yeah. Yeah. I can get used to this, you know. Next thing you know, that we'll be in them gossip columns. Yeah, I can see it now. Here is a picture of Sid and Flo Larkin living it out in the Acer clubs. Thank you very much, yes. It's all right, love, it's on the house. It's on, no, Winkham on the honeymoon, he said everything's on the...
That's
yes.
fine, Jenna.
Oh, here he is, Fred. Fred.
Good evening, sir.
Mm. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Fred. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for the tip on that horse. I did very well out of that.
Very nice to see you again, Mr. Larkin. Especially with your lovely companion.
Oh, you haven't met Ma, have you? Ma, Flo, this is Fred. Fred, this is Flo.
How do you do, ma'am?
No, Fred, come and sit down, have a drink.
Oh.
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 I know nothing about this whatsoever. Believe me, I've never seen him before.
No sign of the bag, sir.
I'm talking to man.
He can't have gone into the club with it. We were right behind him.
Right.
I don't know who he is.
Do you know most of your customers quite well, do you, sir?
Well, of course, Inspector. They haven't to be members or guests of members to drink after hours. Look here, what's the info?
2 weeks ago, there was a wages snatch at a nylon stocking factory in Peckham Rye. The thieves blew a safe and got away with nearly £30,000.
We believe Barry Mulcrone was the ringleader. Been following him for days.
And do you think he came here with the proceeds?
We're almost certain he was here for a share-out with an uncle.
His uncle?
No. The man who lines his pockets without dirtying his hands. The backer who finances such jobs.
Well, this is a law-abiding club, Inspector. We don't encourage criminals. A cigar?
No, thank you.
Well, it certainly isn't me setting up these robberies. I can barely afford my own wage bill. Don't mind arranging to steal someone else's.
I'm worn out.
Sorry. Van just ran one number into another.
Well, I'm glad to see you're getting your money's worth, Charlie boy. Getting your money's worth. That's a good one. Well, you know what I mean, in a manner of speaking.
Well, aren't you and Ma having a dance?
Oh, we don't dance to this rubbish.
Oh.
Well, we're not going till you have a dance.
No.
Now you talk.
Yeah.
Come on, then.
Oh, come on, let's dance again.
No, I can't do this kind of thing.
Right. Hey. Go on, go.
That was nice. Smashing, wasn't it?
That was really different, that. Listen, I'll tell you what, can you hold on? I'll tell you what. I'll meet you out by the car, because I'm going to go and say thank you to the Winco for his hospitality.
Right.
I am driving us home.
Oh, hello, Fred. Right. Yeah. Winco! Winco, yeah. Sorry, yes, just a minute. I just come to say thank you very much for your hospitality. Because, we're taking off.
Heading back to base, eh?
Yeah, we must fly. Jolly fine, sir. Jolly fine.
Roger and out. See you again, old man.
Yes, Mr. Larkin, see you again.
Oh, no. Oh, it won't be a waste of your time. Oh, yeah. You have an unsuccessful mission. Unsuccessful. You ought to choose a different target, old man. Hey? Hey? Tally-ho! Tox away. Whee!
Is he gone?
Yes.
Right. Honey, old man, what did our friends in blue want?
Well, the chap they found and arrested was apparently involved in a robbery at Peckham Rye.
Really? Did you hear that, Martin?
They think he had the money with him, but they can't find it. Not that this has anything to do with me, of course. This is a respectable club.
Oh, I'm sure it is. However, Wing Commander, not that this robbery has anything to do with me. But if you hear one whisper about where that money might have got to, you contact me. Most immediate. Message received and understood. Roger?
Well...
Otherwise, Mr. Tilly here might have to cut off your little French imports.
Roger. And out.
It's the poor what gets the blame. It's the rich what gets the gravy. Ain't it all a blooming shame?
Very, very good. I'll tell you what, I have a nice cocktail for us all to round it off when we get home.
Just as well Charlie has a good head for drink.
Careful, careful. Charlton, my good man, will you please drive gently over the bumps, as her ladyship's posterior is highly sprung.
I told you on the phone. Got something to tell you that might be useful.
Tea?
Could I have a whiskey?
At 10 in the morning. Well, this had better be good. Here you are. Happy? Please, begin.
It only came back to me this morning what happened last night.
He was blind drunk.
Well, I went outside for a breath of air between the shows. Nobody could see me where I was sitting, but I could see them.
What did you see?
Well, this bloke, he drove into the car park and took out a bag.
Yes.
And then he hid from two other men that arrived. But before they caught him, he got rid of the bag.
Where?
Well, he was hiding behind another car. It was an old car. Must have been vintage. It's yellow. A Rolls Royce, I think. Anyway, he must have put the bag in this other car just before they caught him.
Honey, which of your customers has a vintage yellow Rolls Royce?
Oh, that's the damnedest thing. They know anyone with an old crock like that. Certainly not a club member.
We're riding along on the crest of a wave, and the sun is... Oh, I don't know about you, Oscar, but that squeak is driving me mad. We want to drop a oil on it, that's what we want. And here is the oil. Now then. There. There, we'll soon have that fit. Hello.
I don't know. What is it? I'll have a look. Well, what have you got here, Osky Bosky? Really?
I make it £29,480.
29? I feel the need of a drink coming on. Oh. I mean, I think that everything seems to be coming to us from up there at the moment. I mean, when you think about it, first of all, there was that aeroplane, right? Yeah. And then there was that horse, that Silver Moon.
Silver Moon.
That got me 150 quid. And now we've got this hold all full of money falls right into our laps.
The question is, whose money is it? What kind of money?
What do you mean?
Well, honest or dishonest?
Well, I mean, I've never read nothing about it in the newspapers.
Nothing about it on the
Nothing on the
wireless.
telly.
Well, the obvious thing's to hand it into the police.
What, just like that?
Yeah, there may be a reward.
Yes, maybe. And then again, maybe not. No. I have to think about this very carefully. And, not rush into things.
You surely don't intend keeping the money?
No safekeeping, Charlie boy, safekeeping. You know. That's what I mean. Look, why don't we all just sit down for a minute and I'll tell you what I think. Right. Come on, everybody take a seat. Now, what I think is that we ought to hang on to this for a day or two while we decide. And then in the meantime, if anything happens...
Stolen?
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Eh? Now, you see, the thing is this. Look, all right, supposing that is someone's life savings, and in that case, it goes back straight away. But supposing, just supposing, that is funny money.
What's that?
Funny money, the sort of money that'll do nobody any harm if it never turns up again.
You mean put it in your own pocket?
No, I don't. I mean, put it in my own safe. Just for a while. Till we see what happens.
Sounds best.
Sounds great.
Sounds perfect.
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 Yeah. Good boy.
Oh, well done, Sabrina. Very much. Still nothing.
You'd think someone would miss 30,000 quid, wouldn't you?
Well, whether they do or not, it's not the point. It's you I'm worried about.
Hey, how do you mean?
You're like a maggot on a chop, you are. All jumpy because you're sitting on all that cash. Shh. Oh.
Well, I mean, it's a burden, isn't it?
Maybe Charlie's right. Maybe you ought to take it back to the police. Just say it turned up.
Oh, tell you what. Have a look. See what my horoscope says, will you?
Oh.
Where's Pop then?
Oh, he's up there. He's up the barn.
Right, Okay, see you then.
See you then. Bye.
Cheerio.
What do you think?
Well, when a year goes by without picking, there are often problems.
Serious problems?
Well, it can affect the following year's crop. Rootstock draws too much acid from the soil, and the lupulin from the conehead flowers is too sour. However, I'm happy to say, Mr. Charlton, these hops look set for a good harvest.
So your brewery will be interested?
Kesselman's best bitter is always made from the finest hops. Oh, yes, I should think they'll pay a fair price, provided these hops are properly tended till the picking season.
Right.
May I just say how glad I am personally to hear you're taking over this hop garden? Oh, it's one of the finest sights in Kent in the late summer when the crop's ready.
Excuse me a moment, Mr. Gibbons. Morning, Amy.
Morning, Charlie.
Are you all right, Mrs. Kintley?
Not quite, Mr. Charlton. This just arrived. My other neighbour, Mr. Learmont, was going to buy the rest of my land, but he's decided not to. No explanation. But I know what's happened. He's been put off by that horrible man.
Marcus Cope?
Yes. He's been badgering me ever since my husband died.
Yes, I know.
Determined to get his hands on this place.
Somebody must know of a yellow vintage Rolls Royce. Try harder.
Oh, here we are.
Oh, very nice.
Anything interesting in the post this morning?
Nasty-looking bill for cattle feed again.
I was hoping they might take a couple of them Sherman tank engines in payment.
And a rates reminder.
I'll burn it.
Gone in the stove.
Good.
And another letter from Monty.
Oh, all right, is he?
No, he's not. No, I knew from his last letter he's unhappy. Poor little devil wants to come home.
Oh. Well, he's bound to be a bit homesick, isn't he, eh? First time being away.
No, it's not just that. He says he's got to put up with a lot of bullying.
Well, you've got to expect a bit of hijinks from lads, haven't you? Let me see the letter.
Yeah. This bullying's from his instructor. Petty officer called Strickland.
Oh, right. Well, we'll have a word with him about it tomorrow at the open day, shall we?
The rain poured into the tent. It was just as well our flour and sugar were in sealed jars.
Well, that is standard cookhouse drill. Oh, but leaks are easily remedied. Heaven knows we had plenty of them during the monsoon.
Yes, but do you think the cookhouse tent will collapse?
The important thing is to keep the canvas at the right stretch. It's tension that keeps it watertight. Ah, Larkin.
General. Hello there, Brown Owl. Dib, 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 dob, dob, dob.
They've got you on parade too, have they?
Yeah, well, I'm the local volunteer task force colonel.
Mr. and Mrs. Larkin have been so helpful. And Mr. Charlton was very helpful, too. This is his handiwork.
Don't worry about that, Edith. If the kids want a bath, they can come round to our place.
Oh, thank you.
This is splendid, isn't it? It's amazing what can be achieved in the field.
Well, got a bit of a problem then, have you, Edith?
Oh, it's ghastly. Cookhouse is letting in the rain.
There's only one thing for it. The ground slopes away there, and the guys won't tighten properly. So I'm afraid the whole tent will have to be shifted a few yards.
Ah.
But with your help, Larkin, shouldn't take too long. You don't mind, do you?
No, of course not, General. Might work up a bit of a thirst, eh? By the way, did I tell you, Ma and me, we're going to Chatham tomorrow to see Montgomery. It's his open day.
How is the dear lad?
Well, a bit worried about him, really. Yeah, after what's been happening down there.
Oh?
Yeah, apparently he's one or two bullies on this HMS Davenport, making his life a misery.
Did you say HMS Davenport?
Yeah. And when I say HMS, I don't mean it's a ship. It's more like a barracks, you know, with lots of masts and things.
Good heavens, is Shandy Gap still running the show?
Shandy? Well, Captain Basil Shand, RN retired, is the commanding officer.
Yes, but I know him, I know him. We were in SEAC together.
What?
Southeast Asia Command. We were both on Mountbatten staff.
Get away, you were.
I'd no idea that young Monty was learning the ropes from him.
Yes. Small world. Of course, Montgomery's always wanted to be a sailor, you know.
Oh?
Oh, yeah. Takes after me in that. Oh, yeah. Well, I ran away to sea once, you know.
Did you?
Yeah. Got as far as the Woolwich ferry and I was sick.
Look, Larkin, would you mind if I came along too? It's an open day, you say?
Yeah.
I might be able to pull a few strings. Or ropes.
Very good idea, General. Yeah. Be very glad to have you along.
What did you say?
Glad to have you along, General. Exactly members of the Noise Abatement Society, are they?
Ton-ups, I believe they call them.
What?
100 miles an hour on the Maidstone bypass.
I wish they'd bypass this place altogether. No.
Hello, darling, how are you?
What is this, a pub or an old folks' home?
Well, I said we should have stopped.
Louts. They ought to be damn well thrashed.
Let's long enough, partners. Mine's a bourbon. Straight. Want a bit of...
Yeah, whiskey and heavy cheese for me, Ben.
And some crisps. Oi, Finks.
Mr. Tilly. It's Ginger. Right. Kurt.
Maybe they're not just passing through.
You can sleep in here.
Oh, hang on a minute.
What? Have you not got any spare rooms? There's a job to be done. I'm not sure I should put you up on the premises at all.
That's a great bunkhouse, partner.
This'll
please.
do okay. This'll do okay.
Right. There's a job to be done. I'll tell you what I want you to do.
Thank you. How was the shepherd's pie? We used to starve prisoners. Or else serve up the kind of knocks to make even the toughest nut crack. Now, we run in a boarding house. Getting impatient with you, Mulcrone.
I told you. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a liar. You had a bag full of money and somehow you got rid of it.
Look, I've been here for 48 hours without a charge. I know my rights. You can't hold me much longer.
Flung his tray right at you, right, Warcroft? Unprovoked violence. That ought to be worth another 24 hours.
What's it that Monty told us about?
Yeah, this one's Strickland.
So move!
Don't like the look of him.
Keep it going!
What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it! Stop it! Oh, don't do that, you're frightening us.
All right, keep your firm on, Grandma.
Stop it.
delicious.
What's all this then?
Cultivation chart for the hops. The brewery chemist gave it to me. So you revolve those rings, see, for fertilization, spraying, cultivation and watering to the correct month of the year, and it gives you a program.
I preferred it when you quoted me poems.
Well, that's a sort of a poem too. And he's a poem. And that's a poem too, whatever it is.
She calls it Poppyette de Vaux Clementine. That'll build you up for the march tomorrow.
Hello, Home Farm Bungalow. Oh, hello, Mrs. Kintley.
Oh, here, Monty.
Oh, Montgomery. Mon. Yeah, well done. Yes, boy.
General, you were smashing doing that, Jim.
Yeah, Ma's right. Oh, very impressive, boy.
Yeah.
You look well, Monty.
Thanks, General.
Well, if you'll just excuse me for a moment, there's an old chum I want to go and have a word
Oh,
with.
all right, General. Yes, we'll see you later. Yes. Yeah, well, come on, Montgomery. Tell us all about it. Introduce us to your friends, eh?
Pop. I want to come home. I hate it here.
Mrs. Kintley, it's me, Mr. Charlton. Would you open the door, please? Are you all right, Mrs. Kintley? Where have they gone?
Yes, I'm all right. I think they've gone to the up garden.
Right. Leave it to me.
Montgomery, I thought you wanted to be an officer in the Merchant Navy.
I still do. But isn't there another college I could go to?
Come on, Montgomery. A larking doesn't give up that easily.
Oh, I'm not being a coward or a moaner. I just don't want to be picked on anymore.
But you've got to fight back.
Yeah.
It's no use.
All right. Oh, tell you what, look, we'll think of something. You go off and chat to your mates now, and then we'll talk to you later.
All right, Pop.
Well, I've been making a few discreet inquiries. It seems this fellow Strickland is a first-class instructor, but he's inclined to pick on individual cadets. He's been on the carpet a couple of times for bullying.
Someone ought to take him down a peg.
That's just what I intend to do. You're a strong fellow, aren't you, Larkin?
Stop it! Stop it! This is private property! Right. I don't know who you are or what you're doing here, though I have my suspicions. But I'll give you 10 seconds to clear off. And you better do as I say. Because next time, I'll be aiming for your wheels. And this gun will shred your tires to pieces.
called Overboard. It's good fun. It's a great favourite on the troop ships. The pole's slippery, which makes it more challenging. What do you think, Tarkin?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he looks pretty deadly with that kit bag. See what I mean?
Strickland's been the outright winner for the past 3 years. But if you can knock him off, stay on yourself, you can win.
Make a big difference to Monty. Think how proud he'd be.
Yeah. But how do I topple the champion?
Ah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have another brave, or should I say rash volunteer who's going to challenge the unsinkable Chief Petty Officer Strickland. This is Mr. Sidney Larkin, who's the father of one of our junior cadets. Best of British luck.
Right. Thank you, son.
Are the competitors ready? Right, stand by.
Well, they certainly backed young Monty up.
He'll be all right now.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Bullies are finished when they wet their pants.
Emphatically put, Mrs. Larkin.
Should have ridden down to the coast for a swim. This is right. Largest thing around here is the church bleeding club.
The trouble with you lot is that you don't...
Oi, where you going? Vince! Vince!
My God, what a mess. I'm not paying you to make a pigsty of this place.
If you paid us a bit more money, we'd go and find somewhere else to stay.
Yeah, what's this I hear about being threatened with a shotgun?
He wasn't kidding. We got the hell out of there. Hard-tailed it.
I think I know who it was. I want to step up this campaign. You'll discuss it in the morning when you're sober.
Oh, hold on! A minute. Maybe we've earned a little celebration.
Yeah, maybe we have.
What do you mean? I found out who owns an old yellow Rolls Royce.
You can light that cigarette now, old drone. On second thoughts, have another one. Keep one for later. Your two chums you blew that safe with. They've been picked up. Alfie Lever and Dickie Bryce. Drowning their sorrows. Drunk in a pub. Telling all and sundry how clever they've been. And how stupid to trust you with the money.
I wasn't scarpering with it. I only got rid of it.
When you turned up. Who was the uncle? The backer? The man who was there for the shout-out? Give him a name.
I can't. I never knew. I was to wait in the car park till someone come out the club. Honest.
All right. But you must know where you hid the bag.
What? Put it in another car.
Whose car?
No idea.
No idea? You got rid of 30,000 quid in a car you didn't know.
I panicked when I saw you, didn't I? But I, remember the car.
Aspirin,
Check.
sticking plasters.
Check. What do you want sticking plaster for?
In case we get blisters on our feet. The Pilgrim's Way is a good 16 miles, you know. Now, I don't suppose we've got any candle mint cake.
No, but I've got you some liqueur chocolates. They'll back you up.
Hey, are those my liqueur bonbons?
Medicinal purposes.
You sure you wouldn't like to take a thermos of my port and brandy with you, would you?
Don't be sarcastic, Pop. Just because you don't agree with what we're doing.
Since when has my little girl become involved in politics?
Not being C&D isn't political, is it?
Well, Ma, in a
Oh, we
funny...
should come with us, Ma.
Oh, someone's got to look after the babies.
Well, we could take them with us.
Hey, that is NSPCC stuff, that is.
We're marching for their future. The survival of the human race is at stake, Pop. We're demonstrating while others accept atom bombs. Peace in our time.
Yeah.
She's right, Pop.
Right then, come on. Let's stretch your legs.
Oh, wait a minute, don't you want to lift? I thought you said you was joining up with them on the A20.
No, thank you. We'll walk. Don't need any help from non-pacifists. Just a minute. Yes, Ma?
I'm coming too.
Good for you, Ma.
Hey, now, just a minute, Ma. Ma, will you...
There's hope for mankind yet.
Three men, two men, one man and his dog went to mow the meadow. General.
Hello, General.
Where are you off to?
Oh, we're going marching with CND. Would you like to come with us? Yeah?
Well, no, actually. I promised Edith Pilchester I'd help out at the Girl Guides camp.
Oh.
It's their last day.
Oh, all right. Never mind. See ya. See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
I suppose, being a brigadier, you probably don't approve of disarmament, do you, General?
Well, not entirely. Well, jolly good luck, anyway. I was always taught, never let the enemy catch you unawares.
Coming.
The police have not yet recovered the money. So it must be at the Larkin farm. Go. And remember, you're reborn. Go on.
Right, girls. I'm sure you all agree it's been a really super camp this year. And we're especially grateful to Mr. and Mrs. Larkin for all their help and for all the food they've given us. So we're going to repay them in the best way we can by finding lots of little jobs to do on their farm. Are you ready? Right turn. Quick march. Rather good brigadier, did you think?
Left wheel, Enid, left wheel.
Oh, left wheel, girls, left wheel!
17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Morning, Albert. Hello, Albert.
Such a blimey, Flo. What are you Larkins doing with this bunch?
We're marching for peace. Oh, morning, Dr. Carey.
Makes you feel tired just to watch them, doesn't it? No, Ma will be pleased. Be very pleased when she gets back. Fancy a drop more cider?
Oh, well, yes, I will, yes. It's really delicious.
Yeah, that's from our own orchard, you know. Been brewing it over the winter. It's just coming to its peak, look. Ooh.
Talking of brewing, I hear that young Charlie's buying a hop garden.
Yes, that's right. 6 acres of Mrs. Kintley's land, next to her roast houses, you know. Oh, yeah. Never know in a few years' time. Charlie and Marietta might be able to buy the lot.
They'll need a column of score draws for that, on the pools. Mr. Park's a fine property.
I didn't know you did the pools, Jimmy.
Oh, I dream I'll wake up rich one day. Sudden, unexpected windfall, money to burn. Wouldn't that be fun?
Wouldn't it, eh?
Never happens, though, does it?
Would you like your rolls polished?
Well, that's a very good idea, Edith. I'll tell you what. Fancy a bit of rough?
Not in front of my girls.
No, I meant rough cider.
Oh, well, I shouldn't really, but that would be most refreshing. Thank you. Chin, chin.
Chin, chin. Do you mind telling me what it is that you want here?
Haven't you caused enough trouble in the neighbourhood already?
We want to look over your car, Squire.
My car? What for?
Something that doesn't belong to you.
You and Ginger check the house. We don't want anyone making any phone calls.
There's no one in there. There's no... What do you mean you want to check my car? There's nothing in my car. What are you looking for?
A hold all with money in it. A lot of money. And if you've hidden it away, Squire, you're in real stuck. All right, where is it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen a hold-all with money in. Have you seen a hold-all with money in it, General?
Only in my dreams.
Look, this is no joke. Beats! Found these in the porch. The house is clear. Thanks, Marshal. Well, since you won't cooperate, we'll have to search. Are them things loaded? Dang right they are, partner. ghastly. Simply ghastly.
Put those weapons down if you know what's good for you.
Get him. Are you a real general or what, pal?
None of your business.
All right, now, just a minute. Look, if you will insist on waving those loaded guns about, will you please let the children go? Hey, come on, please.
All right, everyone in that barn.
No, it's all right, Edith, it's all right. Come on, kids, quickly now. Go on into the barn, that's it, do as the man says. Go on, it's all right. Don't worry. Go on. That's it. Go on, Edith, off you go.
You won't get away with this, you know. Stealing guns and keeping us prisoner. And kindly don't point that thing at me.
Jim!
Get him in the barn and lock him up. As soon as we're out of here, the better.
Forth, pilgrim, forth beast out of thy stall. Know thy country, look up, thank God of all. Chaucer wrote his tales about them, foot soldiers of Christ.
Oh, it's beautiful up here, Charlie.
When the saints go marching in, when the saints go marching in, the whole breeze in the night. When the saints go marching in.
It's no good, I'm going to have to tell them.
What?
Tell them where it is, the thing that they're looking for.
Now, just a minute, Mr. Larkin. I don't know what this is all about, but I do know that you do not give in to bullies.
Edith, look, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for all the kids, for the general.
Yes. And in that case, you must get us out of here in an honourable fashion.
You're right, Edith. You're right. I want you to stay here and hold the fort. I'm going to get the police.
That's the spirit. Do take care. Three cheers for Mr. Larkin. Hippie!
We shall not be moved just like a tree.
Oh, no. Oh, damn.
Shall not be
Vince! Up here, up here. Yeah, Ginger, bring those shooters.
If those girls are in danger, I say let's get over there now.
Our children are in danger now.
That's true, Mum. We should go and help.
Shh! What's that?
Tilly, here, this is for you. Pay off the boys, then get them out of here. Get that out of sight. I'm going to see what's going on.
Mr. Cope, I'm Dr. Carey.
Yes.
Well, actually, it's your employee, Mr. Frank Tilley, whom we've come to see.
Tilly? What do you want with Tilly?
Well, we're a medical flying squad, Mr. Cope. There's been a suspect report on him.
A suspect report?
He was seen in the village with a ghastly rash on his arm.
He could be a health hazard. You are aware of the smallpox epidemic?
What are you doing here?
Oh, mate, I'm a volunteer Red Crosser. What do with it?
Oh, Mr. Tilley.
Don't be alarmed, but I need to examine your arm and do a general check. Ladies, if you'd like to bring him over here.
Okay, Mr. Tilley, nothing to worry about.
I had a vaccination last week. You were there, remember?
Have a seat. Well, take off your jacket and roll up your sleeve.
Better do as she says. Oi! What's going on?
Please don't touch these notices. Don't touch that notice, sir. This is just Ministry of Health. quarantine notice.
Don't have
It
to be
means
here
to say
on the
that no one is allowed to leave this building
Put it
in case there
outside.
is smallpox about.
Mr. Larkin, Mr.
I'm
Larkin,
very sorry.
What's that for?
Look, it's a fumigation spray. It's full of a very powerful disinfectant.
Please
this is,
be very careful.
It kills all known germs. This, I tell you what. Oh, what's happened there? I'm sorry.
Mr. Larkin, ever since I first met you, you've been a thorn in my...
Itchy, is it? Sore?
That's where I gave him my scratch.
No, it's definitely inflamed. It could be very serious.
You mean to say that he might be infected?
Well, I hate to say this, but there's a very good chance.
Oh, my God. Surely this is not a police matter?
It's not, sir. But I think that is.
I think you'll find that all the evidence that you need is in there, Inspector.
Well, thank you, Mr.
Larkin.
Larkin.
You.
Motorbike lamps were flat out asleep, sir. And celebrating by the looks of it.
Well, round them up then.
Already have, sir.
Well done, Sergeant.
Here. Well done, Sid.
Well, you know me. Always rely on me where the law's concerned, Albert.
Took us a few days to discover it was your car the money was in. It wasn't in your car, was it? It was in your safe.
Correct. Because I only discovered it this morning by accident while I was hoovering out the rolls. You could have knocked me down with a fiver.
Pity you didn't telephone us straight away.
Yeah, I know, I couldn't. It was like a madhouse, our house this morning. I mean, it was Ma and Mariette, they were all going off on this C&D march, and then Edith Filchester, she turns up with all them girl guides doing all these little odd jobs and all that. And I thought, no. Best thing I can do is put it in the safe until I can contact you. Here she goes. Look, what's this? Right. Oh. Well, what do you think your Uncle Charlie's paddling for then, eh? What do you think of it? Look at it, look. Yeah, well, he's not really your uncle, is he, eh? No. Because I'm your dad, you see, and Mariette, well, she's your sister, so she married him, so that makes him...
Wonderful news, Ma! You've got it there!
You tell them. I'll go and answer the telephone. I'll see you in a minute.
Charlie talked the bank manager round. Dad!
Oh, that's perfect.
And Charlie's determined that one day we're going to own the whole of the farm.
Oh, sweetheart.
Well, why
Well,
not, darling? Why not? Because Mrs. Bright is a principal boy. She's been around for many a year yet.
Yeah, and it seems right you and Charlie own the hot dog. Just pop them in neck picking, didn't we? Yeah, he came down from Sidcup one year. We was on the same rows.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
There was no escape. She was a temptress, your Ma.
Oh,
She was a man-eater.
rubbish. Rubbish, you were just after the 3 drinks in my dad's pub. You promised me Shangri-La.
And what, my pretty barmaid, is our home if it isn't just that?
Oh,
Eh?
go on, go get the stuff out of the kitchen. Go on.
Right. Yeah.
Message from Sergeant Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Could you look him out 2 dozen brown eggs?
Yeah.
And he'll be over on Friday to collect them.
Okay. Charlie, give me the carving set there, will you?
Yes.
Good boy.
Yeah.
And?
What? Blimey, look.
Oh!
Monty!
What are you doing here, son, eh?
Monty, I've got leave and I'm ticketed.
Ticketed? What do you mean ticketed? What's that mean? What's this?
My provisional ticket to complete the course.
Oh, wonderful!
And guess where part of my training's going to be?
I don't know. Go on, tell me where.
On a cadet ship, round the Horn to Australia.
Australia?
Oh,
marvellous.
that's great. I am starved.
Well, go on, you get round there, son, and get stuck in.
It's only cold. I'll do him bacon and eggs if he gets hungry later.
Well, he's not going to get stuck on the Woolwich ferry, is he?
Oh, make a man of him. He will, yeah.
Go on,
As if I wanted that.
Pop?
Yeah?
Sergeant Wilson left another message.
Oh, yeah?
In the eyes of the police, you both found the money and retrieved it when it was stolen for a second time.
It's correct, yeah, in a manner of speaking. Here, go on, give that to Montgomery. Go on, son, get that down your neck.
So the insurance company have agreed to pay out a reward of 10%. £3,000.
3,000! Well, they just showed the honesty case.
In the end.
I told you it was only for safekeeping, didn't I? Yes, I did. Now, come on, Mum, what would you like, eh? Would you like a nice new fur coat? A brand new motor car? Oh! Charlie! Oh, you make anything.
Tell you what I think we want. What we want? The swimming pool.
Yeah! Perfect! Go get it. Come on, Skinny. Come on, let's get some lunch going. Here's a good boy.
Come on, darling.